What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick Torius, back in with another video. I said I'm back again with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the accumulation of all your efforts, right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So, you know, a lot of times we put a lot of work into things and we're just like doing a lot of stuff, right? And we're just like, you know, trying to get a lot of things done. And when we're young, if we don't have that much guidance, what happens is that we get pretty much mesmerized, right? We get mesmerized by so many different things. Like there's so many different aspects to life that we can like focus on, right? Like there's so many different things. Like you could be a carpenter, you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you could be a engineer, whatever, right? You could be a chopper, you could be a trafficker, you could be a el traficante, whatever, right? You could be whatever. And you know, there's so many different things. Like for me, I started off doing music, right? And I was kind of concentrating on doing music, but at the same time I was doing graphic design, right? So some days I will work on music, some days I'll work on graphic design, and some days I will do video editing, and some days I will do, you know, like a whole bunch of shit. And the thing is like I didn't know until like it takes so much like willpower, right? It takes so much willpower to just pick one thing, right? Just pick one thing and try to focus on it, right? That's why a lot of people get unsuccessful, because they do so many different things, right? Like I've seen the, like for me, I like to do, what I would do is I would do different things on different days, right? Like on different days I would just do like work on my interviews. Like for me, one thing I fucked about with my interviews was that was a time in my life when I was pretty much focused on that one thing, right? I was pretty much focused on just interviewing people, right? Like the only thing I ever did was, oh, I gotta do an interview today, I was doing interviews every day, right? Literally every single day. And every day I was dropping a new interview. I was like, I'm gonna drop an interview every single day, right? And it was working, right? It was working. People were sharing them. People were fucking with like, oh shit, I fuck with the growth. I fuck with the growth, right? That's why everyone was telling me I fuck with the growth. But the thing is like, you know, if I had stopped focusing on it, right? And I started spreading my attention on other things, right? Like I started tattooing, I was editing videos and shit, and I was just not really like, you know, I was just really not like focused, you know? Once I focused on something, that's when it would start to grow, right? Like I got better at tattoos when I started focusing on it. And I was just like, you know, I'm gonna tattoo every single day. And then my tattoos actually got better. It's you know, like the thing is, if you can't pick what you want, what you gotta remember is this thing I read in a book, right? By Frederick Dodson. He basically said that not being able to pick what you want in life is like going to a restaurant, right? You go to a restaurant, you see a thing on the menu, and you're like, but I want everything, right? It's like, no, you can't eat everything. You gotta pick one thing, right? You just gotta pick one. That's why there's a book called The One Thing. Basically, the book, I haven't read the whole thing. I've read some of it. But it's a really good book on explaining how you just need to pick one thing, and when you pick that one thing, it's like the universe conspires for because the thing is, look, whatever you do, things are gonna attract it, right? The law of attraction. Like let's say that you're like, oh, I want to own a construction company, right? There's so many things in the world. One day you're like, oh, you know what, I want to own a construction company, or like I want to do, yeah, a construction company, right? Let's focus on that. You're gonna be driving and you're gonna notice the construction, right? But you're gonna notice it in a different way. You're gonna be like, oh, you know what, look at that, look at that, look at that. You're gonna notice different things that even if you haven't done a construction a day in your life, you're gonna be like, oh, is that really what I want to do, right? And you can start thinking about it, and you're gonna start having all these thoughts, and these thoughts are gonna pretty much be attracting other thoughts, right? Your thoughts that are about construction attract other thoughts, right? Because look, I used to think this, like for me, I would think that was nonsense, right? Like for the spiritually uninclined person, that's all nonsense, right? But I remember I was gonna write this book called Business Vision, right? Because when I was younger, I would go to rap shows, right? And the thing is, all I would ever do is like stay in my room and just listen to podcasts, listen to Gary Vee, just listen to stuff about business, right? I would just look up business, right? All I would do all day is just look up business this, business that, business this, business that, right? And you know, the thing is like what would happen is that I would just focus my attention on business, right? And when I would go out, I would just find different ways of how can I make this into a business? How can I make money from being here, right? Like I would one thing that I would see, like I used to go to the rap shows, like I was saying, and I would bring my camera with me, right? When I had my camera, I would basically, you know, I just brought it to record my friends and to record myself. And, you know, while I was there, I got this idea. I was like, oh, you know what? All these rappers are rapping and performing, right? And no one's recording them. And I remember one time, my boys were trying to get a show booked, right? And they're like, oh, we can't book you because we don't have any footage of us performing. So I realized, oh, you know what? Some people need footage of themselves performing so, you know, they can get more shows. So I was like, you know what? I started just recording people. I would just record people and I'd be like, yo, look, I got this, bro. And they'll be like, yo, I fuck with that, bro. Can you send me that? I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. Send me your phone number. And guess what? They would hit me up like, yo, bro, can you send me that footage? I'm like, yeah, sure. Give me $100 and I got you. Right? And they're like, oh, that's my footage. And I'm like, all right, I could just delete it. Right? Or if you want it, I can give you $100. So I give you a service, right? This is a service. Because the thing is, it's like, at first I was giving it for free, but I didn't realize until later that people were like, yo, charge them, bro. Like, you know? And I was like, oh, all right. Because I was just doing, like, I wasn't planning on getting paid from it. You feel me? Like, I remember when I started doing AMVs too. Like, I realized, oh, you know what? I just started doing AMVs. And then people were asking me to like, they were asking me to do them for them. And I realized, oh, look, another business venture. And the thing is, I wouldn't know to make it a business and make money from it unless I was just in that mindset of business, making money, you feel me? So it's like I had to be in that mindset of business and making money in order for those thoughts to come in the first place and to be attractive, you get me? And yeah, so I forgot what this video was about. Oh yeah, you have to just think about that one thing, right? You just gotta figure out, okay, what's the one thing that I want to focus on? And when you put all your attention, it's like a laser beam, right? I always say this, it's like a laser beam. It's like the rays of the sun, yeah, they're hot, right? The sun is hot, and the rays of the sun, they hit us and we feel it. We feel the heat of the sun. But if you take a magnifying glass, right? And what happens when you take a magnifying glass to the sun's rays? You can create fire, physical, right? It's more intense, it's more heat, right? That's the same way you gotta see all the stuff that you do. It's like when you have all your efforts in different places, it's like, it can't be no more simpler than that, bro. Like for me, I'm starting to realize, right? Because the thing is, like for me, animation is my biggest goal, right? And I really want to be an animator. But I understand right now, like I have to like kind of put it on hold to make these videos, you get me? And it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's like I already dedicated myself. I'm just like, you know, because the thing is, this doesn't give me anxiety. Like animation gives me so much anxiety, bro, because it's like so much animation. Doing animation is literally so much thinking advance and ahead of time, right? And I like doing these because I don't have to think so much, and it's more you know, I don't know, like obviously animation is more rewarding for me because I get to see the finished product or whatever, but at the same time, it's like this is what I'm dedicating myself. So I'm just doing, you know, this until, you know, it blows. That's why I would love for you guys to like the videos and subscribe and comment, because then I can finally get to like, because I'm giving you guys information, right? This is all stuff that I'm, you know, like it took me years, or like a couple years, right? It took me years. Like I'm 26, and if you're like 18, because honestly, if you're like 30 or something, like, you know, maybe this advice might help you just to like remember and remind yourself. But honestly, if you're like 16, 17 and you're just watching these videos, or like even younger, you know, this will help you. You feel me? Like, because the thing is, I never grew up with my dad. So I'm like giving you guys advice that I wish my dad gave me. I still be thinking about stuff like, damn, bro, what should I do? Like, I wish I had like, you know, a father figure in my life to ask these questions. You feel me? So I kind of want to, you know, help you guys with that, because there's, you know, so whatever. So basically, just pick one thing and just focus on that, right? Like, just get people will talk to you and give you these negative thoughts and these negative mindsets. Just don't listen to them. Just pick what you like. Pick something. Like life is just like a restaurant, you know. You pick what you want, and then you devour it. You get me? So with that being said, like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new, and if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius at 6 interviews, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Just send me a video, and send me a question, and I'll make a video about it. A question. I don't know why I sound like a little kid. Question. Sound like a little kid. Just send me your question and I'll answer in another video. And with that being said, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.